Hi guys, Jared here with Day Traders FX. I hope you guys are all having a great day. It is time for the daily video update. So let's have a little look at what is going on here. A little bit of a negative close in the U.S. markets. We had a big one yesterday, big positive run, but things look like they're closing down a little bit on the quiet side here. We're not quite there yet, but it's looking pretty flat, pretty quiet. Everything's pretty red. So I think we're going to end up with a decently negative day in the Dow, S&P, and all of those markets. We saw some pretty negative numbers today as well. Core retail sales and the headline number for the U.S. Both worse than expected. PPI worse than expected. We do have New Zealand stuff coming up today, interest rate announcements and so on, and that should be some decent movement. So keep an eye on that. Coming into tomorrow, where is the week going so quickly? We have interest rate announcements out of Switzerland and a couple of other announcements in the U.S. Some core CPI, which is a decent one. A little bit of news out of the U.K. And again, a little bit of news out of Japan. So we've got stuff coming up. It's not going to be totally without action. Here's the dollar index. Remember, 82 is a big, strong level, and it was really strong resistance, and the market finally got above it, and now it's pretty strong support, and we're sitting right here on 81.99, 8200. It's dipping and bumping, and we'll see if that can hold, but that's going to be semi-important to keep an eye on. So we're just going to zoom through a couple real quick here. Euro dollar chopped around. We grabbed a couple of nice pips out of it from the UK session on that open above 125.10, and we're able to get some nice, excuse me, some nice movements out of that one. And then it gave us a little bit of a fake out this morning. We tried to grab some pips out of this reversal right here, and it just didn't come down far enough for us and ended up giving us a nice little rally here. However, not completely unexpected, because the thing that we're looking at, remember, is we're looking for the euro to take out some of these shorts. And I don't know why my level's gone here, but I'm going to put this back real quick. We're looking for the euro to kind of wash out some of these shorts and give us some nice opportunities to sell into this rally. I think we're going to have a good chance to sell into the rally, and everything's going to be good there. But there's so many shorts. Everybody's so short on the euro dollar right now that the market's going to need to wipe those out before it can really continue down, or else all the market makers go broke and all the traders get rich, and that's just not how trading works. So we're expecting some of this movement, but you can see right here, this 126.25 is a pretty important level, and I think this is going to be start to be an interesting area to look for some short entries on selling into this euro dollar rally. I still think there's a slight possibility we might end up running up into this 127.50 to even 12800. I think that's totally not out of the question. I think that's very possible, but I'm going to start looking for some short opportunities here, probably around this 126.25, which it's not far off of right now. It's 30 pips or so away, and that seems to be a pretty strong level. That's our 4-hour gap. That's a lot of interesting things happening right here. We made an attempt at breaking that last time, weren't really able to get too much traction, and it's coming back at it again. So we're going to see if we can sell this puppy on down and get some nice movement there. Otherwise, if we get above this 38% fib, which is about 126.70, then I'm looking for this to maybe not make it all the way up to the 50, but I think it's going to make a really good, honest run at that 50. And so, like I said, maybe around 127.50. I don't know if we're going to get all the way up to that 12800, but I think 127.50 will be a fairly easy target. So we're going to watch this one. We're going to see where it goes. I don't see any big breakout sell opportunities yet. We're looking more for some reversal sell opportunities. So again, those will be up in this area here, and I will have some trades coming up on that later on in the day, most likely. Look at this pound dollar, and we're going to go to the pound yen real quick, or in just a moment as well. But the pound dollar is interesting. This pair just does not want to get above 15600. 15600 test, 15600 test, 15600 test, and it just doesn't seem to want to be able to break above that. And it looks like it might be even coming down a bit more. So all I'm looking for here, to be very just simple about it, is an open below this level. It's had a hard time. It's made several attempts at it in the last 24 hours or so, but this daily pivot's held very nicely. This little level's held very nicely. So if we get an open below this level, I'm selling this thing, and I think we've got a nice little 30 to 40 pip run into this bigger trend line right here. We've got this nice little trend line that's been in play, and it's holding very nicely. So I think it'll be time to trade this pair on down to that area. So, speaking of that, I'll just look at the euro yen real quick. Not a lot of interesting things on the euro yen at this point. It's getting pretty choppy, and I want to either see it get back below 98.65 or break up above some of these levels like 100.25 and 100.70 are going to be some interesting areas to look at. But the euro yen's a little bit not so much on the radar right now. I'm looking a little more at the pound dollar and the pound yen pairs. So like I said, pound dollar with this lower level, looking to get a break, and just to kind of verify what area that is. That's about 55.35. So if it can open below that, I think it might be sell-off city. And I think the same thing on the pound yen as well. This pound yen is looking very, very nice. You can see that it's topped out here at the 4-hour gap, and at this very nice support back here, turned into a very nice resistance here. Perfect double top, perfect just everything there. I think it might be time to get wild and crazy on this pound dollar and see if we can trade this thing on a breakout to the downside. So I'm going to be looking at that. Watch this moving average. This thing has been some pretty decent support the last couple of days. So just keep an eye on that. But I like this little level right here. I just want to make sure that we can get below this 123. It's about 123.25, give or take. And I like to trade it just into kind of this near-term support down here, which is about 80 pips. So we'll take that all day long. So that's a really nice little run. So again, big focus on pound dollar, big focus on pound yen for the moment. We just want to make sure those can open and kind of do their thing. And then Aussie dollar, not really ready to jump in anything on this one just yet. If this breaks above parity here, this is the $1 mark. If we get a break above this, then I think we're headed into the 38% fib. If you look at the daily chart, just from this run to that run right there, just kind of a typical average little run there. If we get a break above this parity, then I like the run into the 38% fib. Just textbook basic stuff, and that's a 60 pip run, which I don't hate at all. And I think that's going to be a nice little move there. So look for a break above parity into 100.60. And I think that's going to be a really great run on that Aussie dollar. Otherwise, on the sell side, I don't know what I'm ready to do just yet. It's slowly trying to give us some reversal patterns here, but it just hasn't quite done it yet. So we're going to keep our eye on that one, see where it goes, see how it goes. And then we're just going to, as always, keep an eye on gold. Gold is above 1600. It's held above 1610 very nicely as well, and seems to just be carrying on very well. And it's forming a nice little trend line here. And gold has just been doing this over and over again. Forms a trend line, breaks it, forms, breaks, and so on and so forth. Forms a nice little trend line, breaks it, and here's this another forming here. And so we're looking for that to break. And if gold breaks, that will strongly encourage all of those downward movements on the pairs I just mentioned. However, if it does not, then we're going to look for some further upside there. But for the moment, we'll keep an eye on that, and we're going to focus a lot of attention on pound yen, pound dollar. So best of luck on that, guys. We'll get some orders posted in the chat, and we'll see how it goes. Thanks, and we'll see you there.